a second. There we go. I just want to be able to see what I'm doing. Hi there, I just wanted to pop on and show you a very quick little demonstration today. It is going to be a couple of sheep in watercolour, and it is using a technique called it's simplifying. I'm trying to simplify what I do, so I'm trying to get the essence of a sheep rather than a portrait of a sheep. So it's just looking to have a very vague idea, something to go into a landscape. Sheepish is what I'm aiming for, and it's about looking at how I simplify that. So just keeping an eye on the time, so I'll give it a few seconds and then I shall turn the camera around, if you can bear with me for that, and then I will do a very quick demo. It'll only take a few minutes, so it's just a very quick little demo. Once I've turned the camera around, I may not be able to see all the messages, but if you've got any questions, please ask, and I will get to them afterwards. So bear with me, please, on that. Okay. Right, hopefully you can see that okay. So what I want to do is just do my drawing of the sheep, and I'm looking for the overall outline of the drawing of the sheep. So I'm going to start here with a rough cloud shape, sort of cotton wool ball, and I'm going to do 3 sheep here. So let's just move that, so creating a shadow. So my second sheep is, this one's going to be facing us, this one is facing sideways, and then I may well have, let's have another one over here. So I've got these 3 floating cotton wool balls. Now I'm going to start off with some yellow ochre, so I'm using this just over here, you can just about see that here, and I'm going to put that in about 3/4 of my picture, of my sheep, 3/4 of the sheep. Then I'm going to wash my brush and dry it off, and then I'm just going to put some water around the edge just to soften that edge. Then I'm going to come in with a mixture of ultramarine and umber. So I'm using a burnt umber and ultramarine. You could use raw umber, that's fine. So I just want a slightly darker brown, and that's going to dip into here. As well. So we've now got our sheep shape. Then I'm going to pick up, I've got a colour which is one of my own colours, but something like a Payne's grey, or just a much stronger mix of colour. So you want your ultramarine and umber to be a much stronger mix. And what I'm going to do is put in the sheep's head, so it's a horizontal line, and then a wedge at the bottom. Then I'm going to do front and back legs there, wash my brush out, and then give the sheep some shadow. So that's our head-on sheep. I like putting the head in when the body is still wet, and then you get all of this spreading. It's just quite random. I quite like that. Then I'm going to do my second sheep, same way. So with my yellow ochre for about 3/4 of it. Then soften that edge. Then my blue-brown mix there. Now when it comes to the sideways sheep, what you need to do is you need to have a fat 7 for the head. So coming back into the body, I've got the top of my 7, then I've got the rest of the 7, and again, let's give this sheep some legs. And use a little bit of water just to cast a shadow there. So if we do our third and final sheep exactly the same way, bit of my blue-brown mix, that's all happening whilst it's soft. Oops, forgot to soften that edge there. And then again we'll do the face. So it's about timing, so it's just getting used to where and when you do this. I'm just waiting for that to knock back. That's just about right. So let's have that sheep there. So we have our 3 sheep. And then in order to make these sheep stand out a little bit more, if we put a bit of a background in there, then they will show up more. So let's have the sheep in some grass. Morning, Cheryl. So I'm using a mixture of a sap green and a shadow green here. As soon as you put those colours around it, those sheep start to pop off the page. I'm not worried about the little bits of white around the sheep. In fact, with watercolour I quite like having little patches of white paper. I think it looks quite good. I call them my little windows of gloriousness, those little white patches. I'm just going to pick up some of my shadow green and just reiterate the shadows under my sheep. There we go, and there we have very, very quick sheepish. What I try to achieve here is getting the essence of sheep, so it kind of looks like sheep in a field rather than portraits of individuals, and I think they're quite fun. So if you do have a go, please pop the results into the comments and I will catch up with you very, very soon. Thank you very much. Bye.